Sadhguru, you said that Cahokia people had lot of rituals. Did they have rituals like Kalabhairava Shanti and those kind of rituals which are sophisticated? How do these rituals help in crossing the river? Like, does it work differently for different people?
See, Kalabhairava karma is of one nature, Kalabhairava Shanti is of a different nature. If you're talking about people who have been long dead means dead for more than 48 days or 90 days, they're dead. Or let's say more than 9 months, they're dead. So they are long dead. 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, not much difference. Beyond 12 years, beyond 11.5 years, beyond 4,356 days, there is a difference. Within that, if a person died, see the problem is this, that one must understand, socially here for us, death is death. How they died doesn't matter. The person is missing, that's all we know, being here. But death is not the same thing for all, as life is not the same thing for all. So many millions of children are born every day. Do all of them play out the life the same way? Similarly, so many million people die every day, or hundreds of thousands of people die every day, and life does not play out death does not play out the same way, because death is just another dimension of life. Similarly, as life does not play out the same way for every person, death does not play out the same way for every being, it all depends on how. So, Shanti is done more as a kind of an effort. If any help is needed, we want to provide that for our ancestors, for our forefathers, or our grandfathers, or fathers, or mothers, or whoever. What is the help that we are trying to provide? What can we do? It is like this. I'm continuing to use this analogy for quite some time because I think that's the best analogy we have found yet. It's like a bubble, the thickness of the wall. If it's very thin, pukita pava, tuk, knock it at the head. Otherwise, it's so thin, in crossing the river it just dissolved. Otherwise, it's so thin, effortlessly it crossed. After crossing, dissolution will happen, either in a pleasant way or unpleasant way, but dissolution will happen, it's just a question of time. So if somebody crossed the river or somebody bounced back, these two people you can help. If they have bounced back or if they've still not crossed the river, let's not say bounce back, they've still not crossed the river, now you do Kalabhairava karma. Now they might have, you don't know for sure, they might have crossed the river, but still because of the thickness of their shell and their own attitudes, they may be going through this in an unpleasant manner. You want to bring some pleasantness, you want to bring some shanti to them. So you want to shave off one layer of their nonsense, whatever, maybe some unpleasantness will go away and pleasantness will happen. This is all the effort that you're making. If they're already pleasant, you still want to shave off one layer so that they will cease altogether. Pleasantness is also a bondage. As unpleasantness is a bondage, pleasantness is also a bondage. Unfortunately, with pleasantness, people take more time to realize that it's a bondage. With unpleasantness, very easily you realize it's a bondage. So, you are trying to bring some pleasantness, but for sure you don't know. Maybe your grandfather or whoever else has already dissolved, maybe there's nothing to do. You don't know, but you still do as a duty so that in case he needs it. In case somebody else… See, this is… once you do this work, this is not only individual, because there is a certain Runanubandha which connects people. Suppose you do Kala Bhairava Shanti for your grandfather. But he doesn't need it, he's already gone. Now, your grandfather's brother may be there, whom you don't care about, but he may benefit. I hope it's okay with you. Because your grand-uncle benefited, maybe you didn't like him, I don't know what's the situation, but he may get helped. So people connected with that kind of Runanubandha may get helped, somebody else who is not even your relative may get helped. So, this has been kept as a culture that you must keep doing Kala Bhairava Shanti. It doesn't matter whether your ancestors are hanging around there or not, we don't know. Maybe they've dissolved, maybe they've attained to mukti, maybe they're come back and reborn and again, it doesn't matter what, you keep doing it so that all the related people will benefit from that. This is why we said it's the ancestors. It is Pitru Paksha means… Pitru means doesn't just mean your father or your grandfather. Everybody who is the source of our existence is our Pitru. So you want that to happen to all the people connected. It doesn't matter, we like them, we didn't like them, we knew them, we did not know them, but all related people to whom we can do something, we do something. So did they have such things here in Native American culture? See, if they knew about liberation, somebody knew about it, later on it might have become a cultural story in the way it is told, this Puketapauwa story, but somebody knew that there is a possibility of ultimate annihilation or liberation. If they knew that, they also knew other things. Because it's an oral culture, because things were not written down, because cultures did not exist in stable places, they moved and moved continuously, did it get transmitted or not is a big question mark. But somebody knew. If they did not know, they could not talk about knocking a hole in the head. Because this hole in the head also they spoke about. They're talking about Sahasrar. In the Native American culture, they're talking about Sahasrar. I am not getting the word properly, it is most probably Kopovi. Kopovi means an open doorway. So they're talking about Sahasrar as a point in the head, which is an open doorway through which life came, and if it leaves through that, it is the highest possibility. That means, because probably there is no active spiritual process for you to do it by yourself, Puketapauwa is waiting to knock a hole in your head. But the hole was already there. It was a doorway that you closed, but somebody else is trying to open it for you now. So, once they are conscious of Sahasrar, once they are conscious of the possibility of liberation, which they're referring to, or maybe culturally it got referred to later on as annihilation, which it is. Actually, it is a much better word. Maybe in English language it became the way it became. It is like nirvana. When somebody says annihilation or permanent annihilation, they're saying nirvana. Nirvana means… nirvan means to cease to exist. Well, in India we use positive words, also as mukti, moksha and things like that. But if you dig deep enough into the word, it means the same thing. So when they're aware of these things, being able to influence the beings who are beyond the body, definitely would have been there. How, in what form, what sort of things they did, that is questionable, and whether was it widespread across every tribe or did it exist only in a few tribes? All these things are historical gaps, we do not know, but definitely it was there.